Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome to today's Bitcoin update for 21st of October. And boy, we've already broken out of the all-time high. We've already made a new all-time high. So congratulations to all the people who have been holding Bitcoin for a very long time. They bought here or even lower, and now they're in profits. And let me tell you one thing: the party just began. Okay, it just began. We are in for another leg towards $200,000. Okay, anyone who's buying right now, I'm telling you, Bitcoin is still cheap. Okay, now nothing is financial advice, by the way, but the thing is that, yeah, I think Bitcoin is still very, very cheap. Okay, now one more thing very quickly. I'm going to do analysis today, and I'm not gonna do some big analysis. I'm not gonna do very long analysis on Bitcoin because it's very, very straightforward. I'm gonna take 64,000 all the way down to 29,000 level, and here we are. Yeah, this is my next target. The 100,000 level is my next target for the Bitcoin. Now keep in mind, okay, we're not gonna go straight up to 100,000. Of course, we're gonna go retracing up and down, up and down. We're gonna hit a certain level of resistance, which is the $80,000 level, the 90,000. But for me, the golden ratio after we cross the golden ratio, which is the 0.618, this is your next target. Okay, so until we don't get there, do anticipate that we're gonna get here eventually, anytime soon. And I've said this in so many videos that we're in Elliott wave theory, which is this was the first one, second one, the third one for me personally takes you over there. The fourth one could be 90,000, it could be 80,000, we could go all the way down to 64,000 again. But do anticipate we find a level of support in the 1.272, and for me, the top of the bull market, which takes you all the way to 200k. Okay, so do keep that in mind. Keep this thing in mind. Now, another thing that I want to show you on the daily time frame very quickly is for today's Bitcoin update, because it's gonna be a very, very long video today, and I want to talk about so many altcoins. I want to talk about their future, what's gonna happen in the market, and try to actually experiment through technical analysis where we're moving. Are we gonna go up? Are we gonna go down? And the price prediction. This video is huge. It's gonna be fun. Okay, we're gonna have a lot of fun. So the focus, even though it's on Bitcoin today, but we don't need too much to understand. Bitcoin is bullish. Okay, right here we're gonna keep moving up. There's no any huge retracements I see right at the moment. We do not have any retracement level at the moment. Now, there was a level of resistance which was the all-time high right there. Okay, do you see that? Okay, now if I try to zoom in, I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit here. You already see that we broke out of the all-time high. We just came back for a retest of the all-time high right there, and that's successful, because when you break the previous all-time high resistance, you come down for a retest, boom, you're good to go. So see you Bitcoin. For me, the next target's 100k, and then after that it's 200k. Now let's go on to VeChain. Okay, VET. Now VET is being loved by so many traders out there, and I thought let's start with VeChain. Now diving into the VeChain. Now VeChain is a project that is very, very amazing, and for me, VeChain is a solid project, and I think it's gonna do wonders in the future. Okay, it's a very long-term project for me, my personal honest opinion. I've seen this for so many years now. It used to have a very different name back in the days. It's now the short form of VeChain is VET. It used to be something different back in the days, and I've been a holder for VeChain for some times also back in those days, and I didn't realize that I took my profits out, by the way, but look what VeChain did. Okay, it came from 0.00153 all the way to 0.27. Now, how much is this? What price appreciation are we getting from here all the way to the top? That's 15,000% increase in VeChain. Now, even for this bull run, for me, telling you that VeChain is going to do $1 is an easy brainer. Okay, even a kid can actually realize the $1 mark region is actually safe to say. That can be met. Easily met. Now, there's something I want to tell you very quickly. Okay, ever since VeChain released, okay, let's zoom in into the charts. Let's go into the details of VeChain and what's happening. What's the future of VET? Okay, right? As you can see when we started, first of all, I'm going to tell you what I did. I took the top of the V chain and the bottom of the V chain, and I laid my Fibonacci retracement. I'm going to quickly do that for you, okay? For those people who do not know how to trade, don't worry, okay? Follow the channel, follow my YouTube channel. You're going to understand every single thing, okay? Just watch the videos, you get everything. So I took the top all the way down to the bottom, laid down my Fibonacci retracements, and let's talk about Fibonacci retracements. This gives you some level of support and resistances, okay? And if we go back to the history in March 2020 from where it started rising, okay, after this huge dump we see and the V-shaped recovery we see from V-chain, and we went all the way up, okay? We had a level of resistance of 0.382. We went above it, we find another resistance at the 0.5 level. So what happened here is, you see, a double top happened, and when those double top happens, this was your level of the neckline. So from this place, okay, you went all the way down that much, okay? So yeah, it went all the way down and find support at 0.382, and we came back for another retest of the 0.5, which was actually successful. We went above it. Look here, we went on top of it, came down for the retest, and damn, we even smashed through the 0.618. And for me, the 0.618 is known as the golden ratio, okay? In Fibonacci retracement, these are the golden ratio. That gives you, what's the benefit of golden ratio? Basically, they give you a insight to the future of where the coin is actually going to move, okay? So the coin is moving where? To almost to 1.618. In the future, I do see $6 for V-chain. Maybe this bull run, maybe the next bull run, but it's, for me, the top of the bull run normally is at 1.272. But this one is bound to happen based on charts and not my own personal opinion. I'm not saying anything just without thinking, and I'm giving you proof right now that when you cross the golden ratio, you always go and tackle the 1.618. Take the fibs, lie down your fibs in the past history. You're gonna see that they always go to 1.618 after we cross the 0.618. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about, V-chain on the smaller time frame, okay? Now, the target for me is, of course, $1, 1.1 you can say, but $1 is safe to say, okay? There's one more thing in the immediate short term, okay? I'm going to remove the fibs at the moment, and let's see what's happening. This was back in April. We were forming this triangle back in April 2021, and ever since, V-chain has been in this triangle. Can you see that? It went up from here, okay, went down, we find another resistance from that trend line, we came down, we went up, we came down, we went up, we came down, we went up, hit that triangle, we came down to that triangle, went up to that triangle. Finally, V-chain has actually broken out, and that's very bullish. Now, when you break out of such triangles, you actually tend to go all the way back to where you formed that triangle, which is $0.27 in the immediate short term, okay? This is a short-term price prediction. Of course, by the end of the bull run, my price prediction is somewhere at the $1, and this one won't go all the way just in one day. I don't know why people, I've seen so many people in the group, they're trying to get rich. I've seen so many people in so many different groups of crypto. They're trying to get rich in one day. Okay, now remember, this is an investment, okay? You're planting in a tree, and the tree takes time to grow. It takes years to grow, okay? Keep patience in crypto market. V-chain is doing wonderful. It's very bullish to me, okay? On the chart, I see it's very bullish, okay? Now, if we zoom in even more, I see another pattern right there, and this pattern, we call them inverse head and shoulders, okay? And these are bullish patterns. You have your left shoulder right there, this is your head, this is your right shoulder. Wherever you break out, I'm gonna give you a level of resistance. This was a level of resistance. Now you can see that we've already broken out right there. Do you see that small wick, that small candle right there? This candle right there, it has already broken out. Now what we want to see is V-chain goes up, comes down for a retest, we go out. Now what's the target out of this inverse head and shoulders? I'm going to tell you. We're going to take the top all the way down to the bottom. Wherever you break out, this is going to be your next target, which is 0.166. Okay, can we confirm this level through Fibonacci retracements? Let's see the price movement based on Fibonacci retracement. So I'm going to take the recent swing low down, the down wave, which was September dump, if you want to call this one. Okay, so I'm going to take the highest point to the lowest point, of course, and you can already see that this takes you back. If we break out of this inverse head and shoulder, it takes you back to where you actually formed that September dump. Before the September dump, the highest, this wave right there from July, okay, the wave that you see, and then September dump. Now when you break out of these head and shoulders, it takes you back to that place. And for me, V chain, if that also means one more thing, that it's gonna break the 0.618, okay, and the next target for me is 1.618, that is 0.23. okay, from there we can move all the way up to this price level, in my opinion. Okay, that's the price level that I'm giving. But long-term forecast for VeChain is $1. Okay, at the immediate short term, you might find some level of resistances along the way. The first level of resistance, of course, I'm going to tell you, is this one. Okay, you're going to find level of resistance right there. Another the reason why this is also resistance, do you see this is an area of influence? I'm gonna draw a trend line. Okay, look at this one. We have some few touches already. We had a touch right there. We had another support. It acted as a support here. It acted as a support and resistance right there. We have another touch right there. We have another touch right there. The break of the inverse head and shoulders take you to this level. You might run into level of resistance, come a little bit downwards. If you move from here, we're good to go to the all-time high and even higher. Okay, so that is VeChain. Do anticipate that VeChain is very, very bullish. Keep an eye on VeChain as well. Let's dive into Cardano. Cardano, internet favorites coin. Okay, this is for me the crypto community favorite coin. It's one of my favorite coin as well. And very quickly, let's talk about Cardano, ladies and gentlemen. I made this this triangle, okay, and for me the triangle has already been broken, and we're going all the way up to where we formed the triangle, and we're gonna have a level of resistance at this area, okay, which is the $2.4 region. Right now we have 2.272. Now Cardano is repeating its own history right there. Okay, let's talk about Cardano and where Cardano can go on the long term during this bull market. Well, very quickly, I see I'm gonna lay some Fibonacci retracement from the very top to the very bottom. Okay, so let me zoom out and let's find the top and the bottom of the market. Okay, so this was your top $3 all the way down to $0.018 for Cardano. Now from here we can already see that Cardano is doing amazing. It find a level of resistance at 0.382. okay, this is where we find resistance. We came down, went above it, retest, boom, find we smashed all the way from 0.618. That's how bullish Cardano was back in the days. It didn't even find resistance at this level. Normally when coins move up, they find resistance at 0.618. They failed to break it. But look at Cardano, what it did. Went above it, we went all the way to 0.786, and this is where we actually find level of support. Sorry. And what is happening is, I'm just gonna move this one to the left right there, and ever since we went all the way up, you can see that 0.786 level was respected, and this is how cool Fibonacci retracements are. You can already see that we have support, we have resistances. Now at the moment, what I'm thinking Cardano is gonna do is it's trying to go to the top of 1.272, and for me this is the end of Cardano. Okay, 1.272, that's where the bull run ends for me, for Cardano in particular. It might have a blow off top, you might go to $18, okay, and then move all the way down. But for me, the perfect price prediction for Cardano is the $12 price range. Okay, so that is a long-term forecast for me. That target has to be achieved, and remember, we always move in waveforms. Okay, we're not gonna go straight up. Okay, we go up, down, up, down, up, down, and that's how we're gonna move. Look, we went up, came down, go up, came down, we're moving up. Okay, we're gonna go down after $4, we can go all the way up, 8, and then 12. Okay, that's how we're going to move for Cardano. It's not a straight right journey. Okay, it's a choppy journey, but it's indeed a journey, and that's where you have to wait. You have to hold your coins. You never sell to the whales. You don't sell these red candles. You sell green candles, buy the red candles. That's my rule in crypto in particular. Now let's look at the smaller time frame. Okay, we already see on the daily here this triangle formed back in almost August. Okay, and ever since then Cardano went down. Okay, went up, came down, went up, look, rejected, came down, went up, rejected, here came down, went up, rejected, came down, and look at that. Finally, that's a very, very clear breakout, comes down for a retest. This is your level of resistances. Now there's one more thing as well. Let's take Fibonacci retracement from the top to the bottom, and you can already see that it's trying to get the resistance at 2.3 area. We might see a small roll over back to 2.2 or 2.18 to retest this last resistance line, and if the retest is successful, we find another level of resistance at 2.5. Now 2.5 is important because we have level of influence right there. Do you see here, this place? There are some few touches right over there, and Cardano will find a resistance right there. If we get over the 0.618, the next targets for me, without any question asked, the next biggest, you might see the third wave of Bitcoin to 100K, and by the time Bitcoin goes to 100,000, Cardano can go to $4, which is the 1.618, until it doesn't retrace and find a support at $3 or $3.5, or which is near the last swing high. Okay, you might hit level of resistance at $4, come back down to $3, retest the swing high, because this is the biggest resistance of the moment, the all-time high, which is $3, and when you cross it, you go to $4, you come down to retest the last high, you can move all the way up, and that will take you to the top of the cycle, maybe $11, $14. Okay, so that's Cardano update. Let's dive into Link as well. Yeah, let's talk about Link today. And Link, right off the bat, I'm gonna show you something very, very cool. We are forming a channel on the Link time frame. Okay, this is a channel that has been formed for the past couple of years. So this is a multi-year channel. You can see ever since Link went from this area, we have a touch there, another touch there, this one touch right over here. We never cross this level of resistance for Link. We've already been neglected so many times. So you can see that Link is moving in a channel, up, and down, up. We came down. Okay, and let's take Fibonacci retracements for Link and see if I can predict the future if I was back in July 2019. So I'm going to take the top to the bottom and look where Link went. Okay, Link find a level of resistance at the 2.272, and that's exactly where it hit its head, until it didn't came all the way down and find support at the 1.414 level. Okay, now if history repeats itself, okay, we can take the top, which is the $53, all the way down to $13 recent price action movement, and I can try to predict where Link is gonna move. Now in the midterm or the short term, if you want to say, I see Link trying to cross the 0.618. Once it does that, you're gonna find 1.618. Okay, and for me that means, do you see, we're gonna go up, find this one, go up, all the way up, and that's where it's touching the last resistance. Do you see how much logical Link is actually behaving? You can already see the channel was moving, and this is the last channel that I was talking about, and there is a interaction right over there. Okay, so you might see Link just moving all the way up, hitting its head at this point, and this is where you can sell your thing, $124, come down, maybe buy back at $46 for the bear market. Okay, that's Link for the long-term price prediction. Now let's look at the shorter time frames and what Link is trying to do. Okay, on the smaller time frame, just as we saw in VeChain, okay, just as we saw in V-chain. Very quickly you can see we have an inverse head and shoulder, and I'm going to tell you where the target is. The target is at this area, okay, for inverse head and shoulder. So the next resistance, do anticipate that link is going to reach $36 level before it actually even move towards the upside. Yeah, so do anticipate $36 at the moment. Once that one is done, we go to $55 region, and from there business is going to keep up until we do not reach 100 and at least $100 for me, okay, or even $120. But who knows? Bitcoin, sorry, the link could go all the way to $200, $300 region. For me personally, link is a blue money printing chip, okay. It's a blue chip for printing money, and it's the next generation Ethereum. It's the Ethereum of its time. So keep an eye on link. It's a long-term buying coin. It could even reach $1,000 in the next 5 years, but it's not a financial investment though, okay. If you ever see link going to $100, okay, it could go in to $1,000 in the next 5 years, because from $100 just 10x to $1,000, and 10x is achievable in crypto. Okay, what is the next coin that I want to predict today? Let's take a look at. I'm really thinking a lot of. Okay, let's do XRP. Okay, let's do XRP. This is one of the favorite coins of so many people. It's a very famous one. Okay, and XRP has a huge history. XRP, this is a very old chart, and we have a case about Ripple going on for the approval from SEC, and I think the SEC case is going to be resolved, and once the case of Ripple gets resolved, it's going to look golden. And for me, Ripple is now very bullish. And let's try to lay down my Fibonacci retracement from the top all the way down to the bottom right there, and we can very quickly see that what Ripple was doing, it find a level of resistance at the 0.382. We went all the way up again to 0.618. We didn't cross the golden ratio. Did you see that? We got rejected from the golden ratio, came down. This is where we broke out, came down for a retest, successful. Now the retest over here is done, and for me personally, I think Ripple could reach $12, okay, in this bull market cycle. And okay, for me, this one is very possible. This price target for me is achievable. If that the first resistance that you're going to see for Ripple is the $4, okay, the $4 mark, and do anticipate that Ripple is very bullish. And yeah, let's take a small peek into the small time frame. Do you see right off the bat, a lot of these projects are making inverse head and shoulders, and I can already show you that this is your left shoulder, your head, this is your right shoulder. Of course, if we break out of that inverse head and shoulders, this is your next target. This is 1.3 to 1.4 dollars per Ripple, okay. And of course, we want to get out of this local resistance, local high, which is the $2, nearly $2. If we break out of that place, the next target that you can see in the immediate short term for me is 4.3. How can we confirm the 4.3 is a target that can be met for Ripple? Now what I'm going to do very quickly is I'm going to take the top to the bottom right there with the previous swing high, and you can already see that if we are reaching a level of resistance 0.618 on the short term frame, okay, this is the short term Fibonacci retracement. On the long term, we've already crossed the golden ratio, and for the short term frame, you can see what Ripple did. It came down, bounced off the 0.5, it went all the way up, okay, and it failed to cross the 0.786, okay. Instead, what it did, it came all the way down, okay. It failed to hold the 0.618, it failed to hold the 0.5, and it came all the way down to 0.236 until this level. Now when we're moving up, you can see it went up, find support at 0.236, went all the way up, all the way up, made a double top right there. This is first top, this is second top, which is bearish. Then we went all the way down to 0.382. Okay, we find another level of support is 0.382, and now it's forming a very, very strong structure. And ever since it has been trying to cross this 0.618. You can see if I try to zoom in there for XRP very quickly, this one has find a very strong resistance. If we cross this level, for me that takes you to 1.618, which of course you can see it's again $4.4. So do anticipate Ripple to going to $4. We might have a retracement all the way down to 2.8 until we don't move towards the $10 or $12 price prediction for for Ripple as well. What coin is next that I should be doing right now? I want to check. I wish I had suggestion. I wish this was a live forecast for me. And yeah, let's try to do SXP to USDT. Okay, I do have SXP charts laid down for you already, and SXP is looking golden, guys. It's looking very, very golden at the moment. Yeah, and I think I made a small mistake in here. The triangle in there actually is like this now, and this goes down like that. Yeah, even even in SXP we're already breaking out. Do you see this breakout? Okay, we are inside this triangle for a very long time, for a very long time, and we already have an inverse head and shoulder. This is a left shoulder, your head, and that's your right shoulder right there. And if we break out the next level of resistance, of course 3.2, so I'm going to take my Fibonacci retracement from the top to the bottom. Okay, and yeah, the SXP right now is looking at this resistance, which is 0.618, 3.3 level. If we go across the 0.618, next level is 3.8, maybe come down for a retest and go all the way up to 6 or $7.7. Okay, now that is in the immediate short term, and there's one more thing that I also want to talk about, and that's the falling wedge. Okay, so you can see that if I take this one all the way down like that, and I'm going to draw another line from this level to that level, this is a very clear falling wedge, and these are bullish patterns. Okay, we started going up like this, came down, went up, came down, find resistance, find support, and boom, we've already broken out of this falling wedge. And the next target for me by default is where you form the wedge, and that's 3.9, and this is the 0.786 level of the Fibonacci retracement. So yeah, we're gonna find a level of resistance here maybe at this point, but we are bound to go to 7.7 if we cross the golden ratio. But what about the long-term forecast? Okay, let's talk about this forecast. You can already see we had this channel going up, some sort of a rising wedge back in the days, and you can make the case that SXP started making this channel from all the way from this place, and the channel was going like that, up and down, up and down, up and down. We lost the level of support, we came all the way down, and we started consolidating. Now I'm gonna take the highest price of SXP to the lowest price of SXP, and let's try to predict where SXP can actually go. Now for me, SXP can do $10. Okay, it can also do $23. It could go all the way to $58 in this bull run as well. Some people are saying the top of SXP could be even $100, 2.272. But to be on the safe side, this is your level, $10. If this one gets broken, you're looking at $23. If this one gets broken, you're super bullish all the way to $58. That gets broken, you go all the way to $100. So I think that's it for today's altcoins analysis. If you want me to do more altcoin analysis, you can actually comment which coins you want me to do analysis on, and there's a lot of them, there's a lot of projects, but at the moment these are the ones that I'm doing. And of course in the future I'm going to try to look into more altcoins, find more gem for you. And that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for the support. Keep your eye on the channel, keep grinding, trade safely. I'll see you tomorrow with a new video update. Allah Hafiz.